coolest things about 10 a.m. Is that I'm watching the door open. So once we're live, as I see you start to arrive, to me, it's just like opening my front door. Suddenly, I open the door and there's Candace. Hi, Candace. How are you? And right behind Candace was my friend Shane, who, Shane, I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here because you're like my mascot. You're like my team. So good morning to you. Only 2 days till your birthday. And then, for heaven's sakes, Melissa Foster arrived. So those of you who are in the local Kids Who Care family or even our international family, a lot of you know Melissa Foster and Clint and Abby and that whole incredible group. So my heart is so happy that you're here. We're here every Monday through Saturday morning at 10 a.m. because right now, while we're all at home and happily snuggling in so we can give all those scientists time to prepare all the great things they're preparing for us to be safe and healthy, then sometimes you just need to lighten the day up. And so for me, I've been at my business desk, I don't know, for an hour or so, and then I get to pause and come to a children's picture book, which for me personally, the words and the pictures are just the light that I need to jump into the rest of my day. And because I get to come hang out here with my cameraman, soundman, stage manager, Dexter, and Kermie, and you see Elmo's on the front row this morning. And Tigger has on his sunglasses because the sun, it got a little cloudy since I sat down. The sun was shining pretty bright this morning. So he's just preparing for a walk today, I'm sure. Anyway, it's always good to have Tigger here. And you as well. This book is now one of my very favorites. I did not know this book. And my friend, Allison Lanza, the mom of Spencer, called me, actually texted me one day and said, do you need some more children's books? And the fact that she had a ton of children's picture books, because when Spencer arrived, all of her friends brought her children's picture books. It was a whole party. And so she had this whole wonderful stack of books waiting for me on her front porch. And immediately I saw this one in my heart. Look at this. It's so beautiful. I saw this one and without even looking inside knew that this was an artist that spoke a language that I understood. And I laughed and I said, you know, instead of it being a pop-up book, it looks like a pop-in book. Look at this. You can like put your finger all the way through the book right from the very start. Isn't that great? So, you know, this book is off of my friend's shelf. This is off of Allison Lanza's shelf. And then when you turn inside the book, you find out very quickly whose name is inside because this book now belongs to Spencer. And so we're going to look at the front too to also see what we need to know, which is who wrote the words and who is the illustrator, which is just a fancy word for saying who's the artist who drew all of these incredible pictures. So the author is Jo Witek, and her friend, I'm sure by now, even if in the beginning they just found each other as artists, is Christine Rousey. Both of these artists live in France. My friend Kaylin Munt lives in France, so maybe I'll tell them to look each other up. Isn't that lovely? So it's a French writer, and so here we go. And it's not in French, it was translated into English, but I bet in the beginning it was in French. In my heart, a book of feelings. Oh, and I told you, when you turn just inside the cover of a book, there's always something magical, right? Look at the inside of this. It tells you a lot about who Christine and Jo are, just because, you know, you look inside this and go, oh, hello. I also love that you can look through it. Isn't that the best? So cool, looking inside the picture book. And inside, pop in, not pop up. Love it. Oh, and just inside as well. We all know that often the author or the artist leaves little messages for the people they love. So I have to read this to you so you'll all know what the messages were. To those who love me as I am, to those whom I love for life. Jo. I love it when there's people who love me no matter what. No matter who I am. You know, you get angry or you just are way too excited for the rest of the world, but the people who love you are excited with you. So I love this. To those who love me as I am, to those whom I love for life, Jo. And then Christine, the artist, says, to all our little hearts nestled inside. I think right now, can you see their little notes at the bottom? I think right now especially our hearts are just, challenged. Our feelings are really challenged right now because it's kind of weird. But also, you know, depending on who you get to talk to, Zoom or FaceTime or whoever, it helps your heart too. In My Heart, a book of feelings by Jo Witek, illustrated by Christine Rousey. And up here we learn whose bookshelf this is landing on. Spencer Lanza. Look at that. I Love a Forever book that has somebody's name in it. When Spencer grows up, maybe this will be on his bookshelf, or his kids will come to Allison's house, or he'll come to Allison's house. Who knows? I love that. Here we go. My heart is full of feelings. Big feelings and small feelings. Loud feelings and quiet feelings. Quick feelings and slow feelings. My heart is like a house with all these feelings living inside. Oh, look at her. What is she doing? Hanging all kinds of things. I'm going to turn it this way. What kinds of things? I did this immediately. What's hanging upside down on that tree? On the clothesline, rather. It's a tree on the clothesline. Wow, isn't that cool? I just imagine Christine had to turn the page upside down, or maybe she knows how to draw upside down. I don't know. And over here, this, you know, pop in part of the book, the fact that there's all kinds of feelings in this person's heart. All kinds of feelings. I think colors look like certain feelings. A certain color describes a feeling. Look at all those inside this person's heart. Our hearts. Like a house. My heart is like a house with all these feelings inside. Sometimes my heart feels like a big yellow star, shiny and bright. I smile from ear to ear and twirl around so fast, I feel as if I could take off into the sky. This is when my heart is happy. Oh! Superheroes, have you noticed, wear masks and capes quite often. I love her cape. Look at her cape and her mask. Like the Lone Ranger, if you haven't seen the Lone Ranger, it's pretty hilarious. The mask helps. Ta-da! Whoosh, taking off. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. Look over here now at the heart. So yellow is right at the front on this particular, I would say day, but I think it's moment by moment our heart changes. It's not for a whole day. But right now, she's soaring. Other times, my heart feels strong. I stand up tall, as if I can touch the clouds. New people and places don't frighten me. I can do it. Watch me go. This is when my heart is brave. Wow. Look at this, off on an adventure. In a hot air balloon. Whoa. Everything looks different when you're up in the sky, right? And looks like she has on either some really cool glasses or some goggle glasses. Yeah, when you're way up there. it's so cool, so cool. Oh, and now look at this. This is amazing. Look where she goes in her hot air balloon. All around the globe. All around the globe. What I'm finding out is when we're doing story time, then the globe arrives. It's really fun to know that, you know, my friends from Luxembourg show up off and on, and my friends from Germany and all those other places, even Israel. When I get really angry, my heart feels as if it's going to explode. Don't come near me. My heart is yelling, hot and loud. This is when my heart is mad. Okay, I have to show the whole thing. Look at that. Ugh. Look at this. It's going to explode. Sometimes, man, and I think sometimes right now, you just feel like you're going to explode. And then you're stuck. Maybe stuck inside. Whew. The words are so great. Boom! Right? Sometimes you don't get to explode. Sometimes you just have to explode. This is when my heart is mad. My heart is yelling and hot and loud. But other times my heart is cool. I bob along gently like a balloon on a string. My heart feels lazy and slow, as quiet as snowfall. This is when my heart is calm. Whew. Quiet as snowfall. You know that quiet? You go outside after it snowed. So quiet. So quiet. And feeling calm. You know, maybe when you're just sitting outside for a moment and it is calm and quiet. Oh, I love it. Huh. I think you have to look at this page upside down as well. Look at this. It's almost like a upside down book. You could go back and read this book upside down. Oh, I love it. This is when my heart is calm. On harder days, mean words hurt my feelings, and my heart feels hurt too. It's fragile and delicate, but it can be healed with extra kisses. This is when my heart is broken. Words that zing and then your feelings get hurt. But I love what she says is it can be healed with extra kisses. Yeah, it can. Yeah. In the same way she's using this bandage, I think we all have the possibility of hurting somebody's heart. I think the thing is, if you hurt somebody's heart, the extra kisses sometimes just come in the form of words of just saying, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. That helps a lot, right? Because then you can heal. If somebody says, I'm sorry, yeah, it makes a big difference. If you don't say anything, it kind of just leaves it there. Kind of like not having a Band-Aid, right? Not having a bandage. She's got all kinds of tools. Oh, this. In my family, that is Neosporin. You know, you fall down, you hurt yourself, you put a little Neosporin on it, and a Band-Aid especially. You need a Band-Aid. Helps if the Band-Aid has like Ninja Turtles on it and that kind of thing. This is so beautiful. Sometimes mean words hurt your feelings. Some days my heart feels as heavy as an elephant. There's a dark cloud over my head, and tears feel like they're falling like rain. This is when my heart is sad. Ugh. Heavy as an elephant. A dark cloud. Look at her little face. Heavy as this elephant. On your heart, heavy. Ugh. Sometimes the day stays heavy. It's possible. I've had times where the sadness kind of went day to day until suddenly you sort of get surprised that you had a light day. But sometimes this sadness just sticks around for a little while. It has in my life, that's for sure. This is when my heart is sad. But my heart doesn't stay sad. Like springtime after winter, the sun comes out again. My heart grows tall, like a plant reaching towards the sky. This is when my heart is hopeful. Look at the flower coming out of her hat. Oh, I love it so much. And she's watering fresh plants. I've got fresh flowers on my porch. I have to pay attention, give them plenty of water. So we all get sad. Sometimes it lasts longer, but eventually the sun comes out. The clouds go away and you get a little touch of light, just the tiniest bit of light. Then you go outside and start to see how things are growing again. I love what she's wearing. I happen to love polka dots. I love her dress, her polka dot dress. Christine, oh my goodness, her drawings are wonderful. Watering her heart, really. Getting outside. When I see something scary, my heart beats fast. I feel cold as if a chilly breeze has crawled up on my neck. And I run away as fast as I can. This is when my heart is afraid. Blah! Look at her. Oh my gosh. There is sound coming out of her mouth. Look at that. That is real fear and chills going up the back of her neck. And look at this. This is like one of the wild things. And you know what? When you're afraid, it's real. It is absolutely real. No way around it. It's real. Ugh. So, and it's not even just like nightmares or monsters in your closet. Sometimes the days feel scary. Really scary. The days can, oh, she dumped her entire basket. Look what was in her basket. Look what's flying out of her basket. Looks like a couple of mushrooms and a box. Box of what? Looks like she was just off on a little adventure and something scared her. You have to look around the edges. Look at these little trees over here. Is that a house in that tree? Maybe? A little house in the tree? I do love that in this instance, whatever is scaring her does have a heart. Not all evil, right? So whatever this thing is that's scaring her, maybe she just needs to turn on the light. I don't know. But at least this monster, this thing that's scaring her, does have a heart. That gives you hope. I kind of think this is how we're all feeling right now, right? Just scared of this thing. When it's time for a bit of fun, my heart feels full of giggles and wiggles. Abracadabra, I hop around like a bouncy bunny. This is when my heart is silly. Oh, cool. Oh my. She's got a great dress with pockets. I love her pockets. Anything with pockets is great. And how is she playing? Oh, looks like she has on bunny ears with a bow on the bunny ear. Right? And what's on the other side? Ooh, abracadabra, what will come out of this hat? Right? Some sort of something might come out of the hat. Some sort of surprise. And being silly and giggling, ooh, is good medicine. Yesterday, Yesterday I started laughing so hard during the story, and so did my cameraman. When we finished, woo, it was a breath of fresh air. So, I mean, laughing and giggling, that's really good. Sometimes I hide my heart away where no one else can see it, like my own small treasure. I don't want anyone to look at me. Safe on my swing, I can watch the world from up above. This is when my heart is shy. Ooh, just swinging. Even the loudest of people I know has some sort of shyness in there. And swings are a great place to be, right? Quiet and wonderful swings. Oh, I love a good swing. Love a good swing. There's a lot of swings in the front yards in my neighborhood. In the front yards. That's lovely, isn't it? The other kind of thing is like a hammock. You can just go to a hammock. It's like a swing that doesn't move. Yeah. Sometimes you just feel shy. My heart can feel so many things, so many feelings, and yours can too. Today my heart is proud. How does your heart feel? Oh, look at her. She has a crown of leaves. Kind of like the kid in the Giving Tree. Have you heard the Giving Tree? Oh, it's a great book, and the little guy makes a crown of leaves and plays king of the forest. Yeah, she's got a crown on. She's feeling proud. Maybe she finished something lovely. Maybe she finished her homework, and ta-da, she has the rest of the afternoon. Or maybe she did something really sweet for somebody else. Ta-da, she's celebrating. We should totally celebrate. And it's great to be proud of something wonderful that you do. Look how tiny this hole is now. This book should be read with other people so you can keep looking through this tiny little hole. My heart can feel so many feelings. How does your heart feel? I love what she chose on the back. So it says, sometimes my heart feels like a big yellow star, shiny and bright. I smile from ear to ear and twirl around so fast, I feel as if I could take off into the sky. This is when my heart is happy. This whole book, she says, it's a vibrant, or somebody could say about these guys, these beautiful friends, Jo and Christine. This is a vibrant celebration of feelings in their shapes and sizes. I can tell you that in the course of a day sometimes, pretty much all of these can happen. They can all happen within a day. And that's when you know you're loved, is when somebody is so okay with whatever your heart is feeling, and just lets you feel it. So I love that you came this morning. Candace, I'm glad you were the first person when I opened the door. And since we've been reading this book, my friend Dexter is reminding Bailey Wiseman. Oh, Bailey Wiseman. So maybe you're just going to have to put on your fanciest shoes today. Remember, your best shoes your favorite shoes on a Tuesday. You've said those words out loud and we're wonderful. So Bailey, good morning. It's so good to see you. And all of our friends, David Lanza, this book needs your sound design. This would make a great play. It needs your sound design. And Annette Walden, how is your family? Oh, and my friend Allison, who lent me this book. Thank you, Allison. So whether you are working and listening, or you and Spencer are listening, or whatever combination, thank you for this book. And now I think I'll have to add this to my shelf of books, which is lovely. And Miss Pammy Adair, for those of you who love Pam, she's with us. I mean, we're totally connected right now at this time in this space. And Bentley, I hope you're doing good teaching away from the classroom. I'm sure you're doing a whole lot of that. And to Miss Tebow, hi Miss Tebow, my friend who makes all these things happen in the right way. And to Kim Owen. Kim Owen, when the doors open to the theater, we're going to hang out. I can't wait to hang out with you. So to all those, and to people's names I might not have mentioned that are there, White and Graham, if you're there, so good that you're there. I just think now the rest of my business day and my friend day and my day with Dexter can continue forward because we paused. You know, art heals, I think. I know. Art, music, beautiful pictures, great stories, great words. It just heals. And I'm really happy that that's what I do for a living in real life. And we're going to get back to it being one space together. Lanza, we're going to be back in a theater together. It's going to happen. I'm positive of it.